All right, let's see what the best China has to offer. It's only the best hot air intakes for my RLX. What we got here? I'm trying to open a box one-handed. It's gonna end up being the ER. What we got? What we got? So this is an Amazon cold air intake for like a 14 Accord. Fits a bunch of J series, I am assuming. Sorry with my one-handed struggles, because God forbid I use my GoPro. I refuse. Alright, see how terrible this Chinese air filter is. Yep, I assume that's what we're in here. Oh, not the chrome. Okay, kind of weird. At least it doesn't say anything Chinese on it. That's a bonus. Really don't like the chrome, but you know, get what you get. What we got? What we got? Oh, we got a bag. Come on, how am I supposed to open that one-handed? What do we got? Oh, we got some pipage. Alright. Oh yeah, it's not even welded on there straight. Are you serious? You couldn't even weld that on there straight? That's pretty important, guys. Yeah, it's definitely crooked. Bruh. Well, I mean, to be fair, that kid was probably 6 years old. That might not work. What we got? More pipage? Oh, we got pipage with nipplage. Oh my. Are you serious right now? What's this O-ring doing? This O-ring's doing absolutely dick nothing. Come on, guys. You gotta be shitting me. It's not even polished aluminum. What did I pay for? Alright, now that's empty. So we've got... What? Okay, so we got two pipes that are different diameter. Very cheap filters. I'm assuming in here is our clamps and stuff. Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, this is like the thinnest, cheapest garbage I've probably ever seen. But it does come with 3. Get out of there. Jesus criminy. Are you serious? What is this even? Nobody knows. Bracket that's not going to be used. Look at this one. That's an egg-shaped intake. Oh man. So I pulled out some of my older couplings from like different turbo builds and stuff, and these are the way that they should be. These are nice. I don't know what in the hell they got going on here, but I was kind of worried because this is for an Accord, and I'm pretty sure the Accord is like got like a 65 millimeter throttle body, and nobody's messed with any of these yet, but I took a look at that and I'm like, man, that sure looks like an 80 mil, like the ZDX throttle body. So I'm not sure any of these are going to work, but this almost looks like it's got, yeah, it's got like a double wall looking deal in it. So maybe that'll fit on the larger throttle body. Sure looks like the same size as what I've already got though. Man, really don't like that. Really don't like how that's crooked. That's probably the worst of it all. Let me cobble this together and we'll get back. Alright, so to get all this apart, you take your cover off. take your 4/8 mils loose on your box, unplug your MAF. You've got a couple of wires here that you're going to have to get rid of. That's going to be a 5.5 millimeter for your throttle body. Man, it's a huge throttle body. I really don't think this is going to work, but we're going to find out together. Another thing, you got to pull this pipe out, and if you've ever messed with these, you know those pipes can be annoying for just being a pipe and some rubber. They do not want to give it up. So kind of show you a trick. Take some needle nose vice grips and pinch your clamp there so you don't have to worry about that. So you have two open hands. Get you any kind of small pry bar. Put the pry bar right here, and you're just going to push. And well, that's a lot easier to do when you're not holding the camera. But anyway, you can see that just popped right out. And that's the easiest way to get those out of there. So I'll be back. All right, now that I got all this apart, as I suspected, this throttle body is an absolute monster. Inside diameter here, thermicrometer, is 78 millimeters. So the outside, I don't know, it's gonna be more, how's that? It's probably like 83 millimeters. So there you go. 2018 RLX has an 80 millimeter throttle body. I believe that is the same one on the ZDX 3.7, which is a popular upgrade for all of the J series engines. So the 2014 Accord definitely does not have that. 100% does not have that. And so the only other guy that has done this with this Chinese intake, I don't know how he did it, but yeah, those couplers are not going to fit this. So there are a bunch of janky extra couplers in that kit. I'm going to try to fabric cobble something together and see if I can even make something remotely work. I mean, just look at these things. Terrible. Terrible. So we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I run into my first snag here. So on this filter, this inner part where this goes down and stops, I measured that, and that's only a 71 diameter on the inside. So before I do anything else, I'm gonna have to figure out how to take this off and cut all that out, because that's like a 6 millimeter air loss just right there. So first hiccup. All right, I kind of struggle bust this on here. So it does look like actually you can in fact piece this together with just the parts that come in the kit. You just have to use the couplers right. Now you can kind of see here the two nipples. They kind of understand the goal here. Your MAF, well, like I said, it's crooked. I don't know if it's going to work, but your MAF does fit there. And I do like how the filter sits in the box and the hood will shut on it and everything and whatever. I do think I'm probably going to get rid of this, shove that in further, maybe drill a hole through that so that this can go through. I don't know. I'm going to do something a lot better than that. So I probably haven't mentioned it yet. Maybe you guys assumed, but this is a mock-up. So I didn't want to spend a lot of money on the cold air intake if it wasn't even feasible, if it wasn't going to work. So once I figure this out and I verify this works, then the possibilities are opened up for all kinds of intakes for the Accords and the TLXs, because it's the same straight shot, the same run, the same setup, the same MAF. I do think this is going to be a problem. I think that this kit being like a kind of a universal, I just got lucky to find a coupler that happened to fit that monster throttle body. Now I think if you bought like a Takeda or whatever the name brand intake, there's a good chance it's not going to come with this coupler. Maybe it will. I don't think it's going to. But yeah, let me do some more fabric cobble in here and then see what we can come up with. Oh, also, oh yeah, it's got extra ones too. And I think even another one over there. But I'm going to have to cut the inside of this filter out, and I don't know what's going to be left of that after I cut that out. So that might just destroy the whole project. So let me figure out how to cut that out and then we'll see. All right, so ran into a problem, which I kind of foreseen. So when I cut that inside out, I actually lost my lip that goes on the back side of this and holds this thing on there. So that's your restriction gone. Now you're left with this, but it doesn't have a lip. So what I think I'm going to do is, because this is slightly larger diameter than this, I did measure this hole, and this hole is larger than 77 millimeter. America. This isn't very America. That's very America. But I think I'm going to bend this lip up a little bit all the way around, scuff it up, and then glue that on. I might even melt it in. And then I had to periodically check this and make sure it didn't fall off after it warmed up. So that's it's a little ghetto. It's something though. So actually I rolled that lip inside there, which kind of works in a couple of different ways. It gives the air more of a radius flow instead of just being flat cut, and it gives this something to hold on to and more to glue to. Obviously there's some couple gaps and stuff I need to go around and make all those right, but I think that was a win. And I haven't glued this yet, it's just holding on because of the way that I did that. I'll show you. So yeah, America. Here's one for you. Yeah, I'm shocked. I know, we're all shocked. The MAF doesn't fit in there. It does, but it doesn't, because it's so terribly machined. So I'm gonna have to waller that out a little bit. Oh god. Alright, kind of took another turn. So I put a hole in this coupler and I'm cutting off, I don't know, just over like 3/8 of an inch of this aluminum fella. So my goal is to run this barb. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually end up using it. I'm going to run it through there and then through the metal. So not only is it going to seal better, but you're not going to have a full 3 inches of this crap sticking out into the airflow. So I think that's a good move. Yeah, let me get this cut and then we'll see what our next dilemma is going to be. Well, this is actually working pretty swimmingly so far. So this temporary quote unquote intake may end up not being so temporary. So got to get a hose to connect these two, put a little bit of black tape or something on that to hide it, but that'll go over the throttle body, and then the filter will go over that and then sit right into the deep part of the airbox. That's what it's looking like. The MAF went in there okay. It sprayed all the debris and stuff out of there, and I'm going to clean it again before final install. Yeah, so it's taking longer than I thought, but I mean, that's not terrible, and I can use one clamp to secure both of these back-to-back couplers, I guess, if I really wanted to. I really probably don't even, I could probably glue these together, and I might even do that for a cleaner look. I don't know, we'll see. All right, that was a battle royale to get everything right in here, and I did throw some clamps on this, so it's got clamps all over the place. And I forgot it. The kit comes with a silicone tube for that. And I didn't take the stock air box out. I just kind of left it in there. Maybe it'll pull air out of down where the stock air box pulls, along with heat from the engine, which it is what it is. I just want the sound. I don't care about any kind of gains. But you can see this is now glued together. I actually used JB Weld to hold that on there. I sanded both surfaces and it is on there. But I will monitor that to make sure it doesn't fall off. Yeah, so now I guess the better question is, will it start and will it run with no check engine light? How will it run? How will it sound when switching from battery to gas, off and on and off? Is it going to make a bunch of noise? Is it going to make a bunch of cold idle noise, which I don't want any of that either. And the biggest question is, how is this thing going to sound when it is in VTEC Yo mode? Come on. So, yeah, let me wash up, put together this disaster I just made over there, and go drive it and see. Oh, I wanted to point out what I have left in the kit. So I have whatever this is that I took out of whatever I took it out of. Another coupler, which is cool. I can add it to my coupler pile. Some really Chinese silicone hose, 2 aluminum brackets, 2 zip ties, and 1 clamp, and a couple of screws. That's what's left. That's what I didn't use, just so you know. And down she goes. Let's go hit it. All right, here's a cold start. Let's see if it's noisy or not. A lot of times they really are. I don't hear anything. You hear that though. I'm not gonna hit it too hard because it's cold, but no weird cold start noises. No engine light right off the rip. No hesitation on throttle input. Alright, I'm gonna go drive it and see what happens. Alright, I'm slowly making my way to Mexico. It's about 7 hours from the house just so I can do a half a pull, because I live in a terrible area for trying to do anything like that. Look at that battery charge. It's crazy. For 100,000 miles, it's still able to charge it that much. And I did verify, if you turn on your traction control, it stops it from going into battery mode. So I'm in battery mode. I'm going to step on the gas to get the engine to kick on, see if it makes any weird noises. So here we go. Nothing. Just a little bit of grunt when you step into it a little bit. So let me get further into Mexico and then we'll open her up and see. So we're almost into Mexican territory now. And I just barely touched it there. Trying to get the computer used to seeing extra air before I like really feed it. But my guess is when I hit it off the line, you're going to see the tach kind of bog, because the tires are going to spin and it's going to pull timing and pull throttle and all that kind of crap. So I'm going to stop right here and hit a lick real quick. I got just the windows cracked. So let's see what she sounds like, see how it moves. Oh my. Alright. Of course, there's always someone coming, always. Holy crap. Okay, I got some pondering to do. I'll be back. Alright, let's see if this thing blew itself apart, or more like sucked itself apart. Is it still in one piece? It is. It is still in one piece. And it's tight. Alright. Alright. Thing's definitely not hot at all whatsoever. Not even warm. Huh. Alright. Well, like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. I want to get ripped for this. Let me know. Thanks for watching.